Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dolphins Roundtable, home of the real Miami Dolphins fans. Make sure to hit that like button on your way in the building, and if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button to get all the latest Dolphin news right here on Dolphins Roundtable. We have breaking news. Tua is being released. Minkah Fitzpatrick is gone to a division rival. All that coming up right here on Dolphins Roundtable. Man, this is a crazy day. Free agency, this is where the negotiations can start. No one can sign deals until the new league year starts on Wednesday. But man, the news that the Dolphin fans have been waiting for, question was he going to stay? Was he going to go? Everything on the table. This was being said for weeks, but the further and further we got it, it seemed less and less likely he was going to be around. And now the shoe is dropped in the early hours of the morning on Monday. As soon as the negotiations can be taking place in free agency, this has popped up. Breaking news. The Dolphins are releasing quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, and he is going to be a post-June 1st designation. So therefore, that means Miami is going to be taking that $99.2 million in dead money over the next 2 years, okay? So about $45 million, about $44.5 million in dead money over the next 2 seasons. Now, what I don't like about the move is the fact is now we put ourselves in a predicament because, yes, with all the moves we just made of releasing Alec Ingold as well as Jason Sanders, yeah, we got back under the cap. However, Tua's now put us back over, to be honest, because trading in pre-June 1st, cutting in post-June 1st helped us because it only affected us by $11 million in terms of salary cap, but it's in the red. So therefore, we end up losing money. We don't save any money. Financially, it would have made more sense to keep another year, but then you worry about locker room issues, what that would look like. Is he going to be a guy going forward? No one really knew how that was going to play out if they did do that. Financially, it made sense to keep him, but overall, I just don't think it was ultimately the right move. So I think this was a good decision. It's a little disappointing that it happened, but at the end of the day, Tua hasn't played well. So as we're looking at it, we end up losing $11 million in cap space. So with us being about $3 to $5 million over, we're going to be about $6 to $8 million over the cap once again. And now we have to make more decisions to get back under the cap by March 11th for our top 51. And with the latest news as well, which I'm going to get ready to get to here in just a moment, that's going to be a little bit of a trickier situation as well. So just give me 1 second right here, and we'll get into the other latest news is that the Miami Dolphins have made a trade. And it's a big one. The Miami Dolphins have traded Minkah Fitzpatrick to the New York Jets in exchange for a 2026 7th-round pick from the Chargers, per ESPN sources. The Jets will sign Fitzpatrick to a 3-year, $40 million deal per his agent, Drew Rosenhaus. Now, this is funny, okay? Now, this is what I really am happy about. Oh, boy. Did this come at a great time. Minkah Fitzpatrick's gone. Trading him was a great idea. He didn't do much for us as soon as we traded for him in that Jalen Ramsey trade. I didn't think we should even have traded for Minkah. Anyway, it's done deal. I couldn't have done anything about it. Now, we watched this play, and the fact is we're getting a 7th-round pick for him. The fact that we're getting something for him is good. Now, I believe in John Eric Sullivan to get something done through the draft, and with this being a heavy starter draft, maybe finding a starter in the 7th round is not that unlikely at this point because we've seen in the past teams be able to find 7th-round draft picks and turn them into stars. Isaiah Pacheco in Kansas City is a prime example. Kyle Monangai in Chicago. So it's possible you can find Brock Purdy in San Francisco. You can find guys in the 7th round that can become your starters and franchise guys. It's very unlikely to become franchise guys, but they can become impact players and play right away. And I think Miami could do that with this kind of move by getting rid of Minkah Fitzpatrick. Now, it does leave us open to some holes in terms of what we need to look for in the draft. And it'll be interesting to see how we move the money around for free agency, if we even do. I think we'll be able to get under, but I don't know if we're going to be able to really make any moves in terms of free agency. But overall, the Miami Dolphins are getting something from Minkah Fitzpatrick, and the Jets just made a terrible move. And not only did they just trade for Minkah, but they just gave him a 3-year, $40 million deal. Okay, 3 years, $40 million. And I think it's hilarious the fact that they are going to pay him $40 million over 3. So the average is about $13 million a year. And when you watch us play on the field, it's not great. It's not worth $13 million a year. So when you're looking at this, I feel like the Dolphins won this trade. We got something for Minkah. He's off our books. Yes, when you look at overthecap.com, it doesn't look very good in terms of the number for Minkah. If we would have traded him post June 1st, then it would have really helped Miami out. Because we're looking at the salary cap, which I'll show you guys here in just a minute. You're pulling up over the cap right now. Don't want that ad. All right. So this is the salary cap right here for the Miami Dolphins. When you're looking at Minkah Fitzpatrick, you're looking at this third line. It's about 5.85. That was if we cut him. Now that we traded him post June 1st, we incur about $5.8 million in loss in terms of cap. So in total, we've lost about $16.8 million, $16.9 million in cap space. And we were only $3 million above it. So we're about $13 million over the cap right now. So we have to get under that in the next 2 days with our top 51. And we end up have $12.9 million in dead money. If we would have traded him post June 1st, you save about 15.6. Now, I'm not against the move of trading Minkah Fitzpatrick. I just think if we would have done it post June 1st, would have helped. However, with the way the free agency market is, it's not very good. It's not very as deep. So when you're looking, trades are going to be more of a frequent thing this year. So Miami had the leverage to trade Minkah now before free agents started coming off the board and seeing what the value for that is similar to Max Crosby with the Baltimore Ravens. So that's ultimately the latest news. Miami releasing Tua Tagovailoa, a decision that we all expected. Will take on that dead cap hit the most in NFL history over the next 2 years. And Minkah Fitzpatrick is now a New York Jet. I'm still happy that's actually a thing. Now it's not every day you see division rivals trade with one another. However, this one's actually particularly because I don't think Minkah's going to have much of an impact against this Miami Dolphin team. But Quinn Ewers, it's the Quinn Ewers era. I mean, unless Blake Willis comes in or Cam Miller, the guy we picked up to be on our practice squad from the Raiders, somehow outdoes Quinn Ewers, it looks like it's the Quinn Ewers show in Miami, and I'm super excited. Young guy, showed some flashes, a rebuilding 1 to 2 years. Why not see what this kid's got? This guy was a potential fourth quarterback taken off the board the year before he actually decided to come out. But he decided to go back to school, gets hurt, plays through injury, not enough talent, didn't have as much talent on the roster the year that he had the year before. And ultimately, he ends up dropping to the 7th round when we select him. I think that's a steal. Even when taking Ollie Gordon in the 5th or 6th round, that was also a steal as well. So when you're looking at this Dolphins team, the future is looking bright. However, it's going to be a little rough here for the next year, maybe 2, but it's some exciting news. Miami's making moves. They're making million-dollar move decisions, and ultimately putting the franchise in the best position to win going forward. That's going to do it for this edition on Dolphins Roundtable. Make sure to hit the like button down below if you haven't already done so. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button as we are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers as quickly as possible. We already hit over the 100-yard mark. We're getting close to 200. So thank you all for subscribing and liking these videos. Appreciate y'all. I want to see you next time.